Hello everyone. Today I will be presenting experimental implementation of K-means clustering for customer segmentation. So the aim of this experiment is to group customers into different categories based on their purchasing behavior such as their annual income and spending scope. By using the K-means clustering algorithm, we can help businesses identify and understand different customer types so that it makes marketing strategies can be designed more effectively. So now let's go to the code step by step. In cell 1, so in this cell we are importing the necessary libraries, pandas for data handling and matplotlib for visualization. Then we load the dataset called mall underscore customers into a pandas data frame. This data frame contains information about customers such as their ID, gender, age, annual income, and spending score. This is the data set we'll use for clustering. So next is cell 2. Here we use the arrow function to display the first few rows of dataset. This helps us to get a quick look at how the data is structured, the column names, the data types, and the sample values. Next is cell 3. So this cell uses the info function to display the basic details of the data set. It shows the number of entries, the column names, and the data types. This is useful for checking if there are many missing values or any data types mixed massive. Next is ill smell sum of. So in this cell, we check for the missing values using this function. If any column had missing data, we would decide whether to remove or fill them. Here, we just verify all the data is clean and ready for analysis. So in the cell 5, we import k-means for the skill SQL learn cluster and calculate the WCSS, which stands for within cluster sum of squares. So we do this by running k-means for different values of k from 1 to 10 and storing the WCSS value for each. This helps us to find the best number of cluster by using the elbow method. So each time the algorithm runs, it tries to group similar customers together and calculates how the compact those customers are. So in cell 6, now we have plot the elbow curve using the matplotlib. The x-axis shows the number of clusters and the y-axis shows the WCSS value. From the plot, we look from the elbow point, the point where the decrease in WCSS becomes slow. That point gives us the most suitable number of clusters. In this case, it appears to be 5 clusters. In cell 7, we are initializing and fit the k-means algorithm using n cluster which is equal to 5. That means we are like dividing our customers into 5 groups. After fitting the model, we predict the clusters for each data point and store the cluster numbers in white grid. This step aligns every customer to one of the 5 clusters. So in cell 8, we have the predicted cluster values as the new column called cluster in the dataset. Then we separate the dataset into 5 groups. DF0 to DF4, each representing one customer segment. This helps us to easily analyze customer before belonging to a particular cluster. Here we let's visualize the cluster using scatter plot. On the x-axis we have annual income and on y-axis we have spending score. Each color in the plot represents a different customer cluster. This helps us to see clear separation between groups. For example, one cluster might represent high income, high spending customers, while another might be low income, low spending ones. This visualizes the main result of the experiment. This is the final cell where we conclude the implementation. By analyzing these customers, we can identify meaningful customers that can be targeted differently in the business strategy. For example, a company can focus on retaining high spending customers or converting low spending ones. So to just summarize, We use key-means clustering to divide customers into five meaningful segments based on annual income and spending score. We identify these groups using Elbow method and visualize them with scatter plots are understood. How unsupervised learning helps in business analytics. Thank you. That concludes my presentation.